What's going on, guys? This is David DeBryan, the host for Midwest Dad Squad. We're here for another week, another episode. We're pushing 50, Eric. We're getting close to this.
I'm not 50 yet there, home dog.
Not quite yet, but I think we're at 40, 44, 45, something like that.
Nice.
So it's getting close. For those of you that have not seen this before, this is Midwest Dad Squad. Welcome to all the viewers that are not watching. Alongside, I have my co-hosts. I have from Kimball, South Dakota. Guys, give it up for Eric Gold.
Woo!
Woo! Let's go! And our non-existent co-host who's having internet issues. Boo!
Where is he at?
From Fort Pierre, guys. Give it up for... Oh, here we go. Let me give him a little introduction.
It really said device.
All right, here's our non-tech savvy co-host from Pierre, South Dakota. Guys, give it up for Drew Life.
Don't get the skull chant this week because they had a bye, but still undefeated.
You want to
Go,
know
Pat,
something?
go.
Speaking of that, I got my brother a phone, and obviously my brother's not tech savvy at all with phones. So every time you plug in his phone, he's not a Vikings fan. It says Skol Vikings.
He's a Cowboys fan.
No, he's a Packers fan. So every time it plugs it in, it says Skol Vikings. It's freaking hilarious.
That is awesome.
So,
Every time it locks is what you're saying? Every time
every time he charges it, like he plugs it in to charge it.
Oh, the one that it does the same thing, like when you plug yours in, it goes, "Oh, me so horny."
Yes, exactly. Exact same thing. Oh,
me so stupid.
so Drew, I don't know if you missed it or not, but we introduced you. We did the whole thing.
One of these days I'll figure this out, but
Well,
until now,
It's
just
okay.
deal with me.
Eric couldn't figure out how to hear himself, so
well, we got that. We got that.
technology. We had that episode already, guys. Like, come on.
We've had a lot of fun episodes. We had an episode we couldn't hear. We had an episode Eric didn't have lights. we had an episode.
We had no episode last week.
I know.
Yeah. Not sure what happened there.
Well,
Somebody's hemoglobin.
David had a birthday, and I was out celebrating. I had a really good excuse that you guys thought was legit, but really, we threw a hell of a party and didn't invite Drew.
I mean, it is what it is. I get
Just kidding. Oh, no,
Eric was dying.
Damn near. Anyways, I did send out the emails saying, Drew, get on. Did I not? Did you not get an email? Yeah, you did.
I don't think I did.
Whatever. I know I sent it out because I was like sitting here waiting. And I'm like, well, we should probably do some stuff, and then we.
I don't see one from Eric Gould.
Oh well, maybe I didn't send it, but I'm pretty sure. Maybe I was out of it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I think you were running high.
Yeah, something was high. Anyways, with that being said, boys and girls and people not watching, person watching. Yes.
Is she on?
Shout out to you, Melissa. Thank you. Each and every single week. You are our only watcher right now.
It's like Eric says, I'm gonna leave you if you don't watch my podcast.
No, I have to pay her. So now I need to let you guys know that you guys each owe me $5 per episode that she's watched.
$5?
Yeah, I pay her $15.
$5 is cheap, man. I'll do that all day. If we should do that for everybody that shows up. We're gonna each give them $5, and watch. We'll have like 100 people on, and then we'll have to shell out $500.
Yikes!
Hey, we got another watcher. I wish I could see who the heck it is. God,
I bet it's your mother.
Hey, Mom.
Have you seen those guys that Bob and Andrew? They have a podcast. Their podcast is like the Bad Best Friends or something like that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Bob Does Sports for the golf one.
No, it's Bad Friends podcast. And it's the Asian dude and that ginger. His name's Andrew, and it's the Asian dude.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's so funny. They have a great podcast, but he's like, I'm Bobby Mom. I'm Bobby Mother.
Oh, yes, I have seen that guy. Yes. Yes.
He's like, don't you talk about my mom? She's a beautiful lady. Oh yeah, she is beautiful. Unlike your cross-eyed mother.
Yes, I have seen that one.
Their podcast is great. So they have a contest going on right now for their podcast, and it's like a quote that Bobby always says, but then Andrew is the ginger, and I'm Bobby's mom. Like he has a shirt, and whoever sells the most wins the competition. So I had to go buy I'm Bobby's mom shirt.
Oh yes,
Drew, when you did that,
of course you would. Oh,
your
we got
hands
another
were
fanboy.
Your hands were perfectly around your name when you did that.
I'm Bobby Mom.
I'm Bobby Mom.
Such a fanboy. Such a fanboy.
What do we got going on tonight, boys?
Oh,
I was going to ask that question, but I guess you beat me to it.
We got two topics tonight. So we got the first one. We have big steps that you take as a parent for bettering yourself, or I don't know what another word is for this, like bettering yourself, or like investment wise, or something that's going to benefit you guys in the long run as a family,
or not relying on your wife.
Kind of have to.
Well, there is sometimes when I walk up the stairs, I skip a step. Like I just don't go one by one. I skip a step. So I consider that a big.
I'm so proud of you,
a big step.
Do you ever skip a step, and then the step that you skip, but then the next step that you're trying to catch, you actually biff that one?
No, I have one good leg, so it goes skip one, next one, skip one, next one. Like I don't skip two in a row. That'd be too much to ask for my short little legs.
Oh my God.
As long as the third one doesn't get involved, we're
right. Hey, I don't think I got to worry about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the second one we have stuff you wish that you would stuff. Let me look at this again. Stuff you wish you could tell your kids, but they are too young to understand.
Ah, yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
Just to let everybody know that whoever's watching this, whoever watches this or whatever after the air, David struggles to read when there's not pictures involved.
That's just not fun. Like if you have a book and there's no pictures that pop up, it just doesn't entertain
and
you.
And nothing's highlight for him to enunciate. Like he's like, make sure you say this one right, David. His wife usually highlights. And
so
unless it's a pop up or Captain Underpants, I don't want nothing to do with it.
So moving forward, if you have a topic for us and you want David to announce the topic, you must put a picture in there. But don't put a picture of a dog and have it be something about cat, because that will really screw him up.
ADHD. It just sucks.
No, it's not ADHD. Trust me, your parents said you're perfectly fine. Oh.
I'd make a joke, Eric, but I can't.
Do it. I dare you.
No.
I dare you. That's what I thought. All right, boys. Drew, we're going to start with you on this one. I got my hammer, so I don't know what I use it for, but it's kind of cool. Anyway,
Lucy, get your ass to bed.
No. She tells me that. Drew, what are some steps that you, in the last 12 months, taken to better yourself as a parent because you had to better yourself? Well, that doesn't even make sense. That you had to better steps you had to take for yourself to better yourself as a parent in the last 12 months.
Well, in the last 3 days, I know that 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. I made a big step in getting this fresh haircut.
Yes.
So like everybody looks at me and they're like, hey, yeah, that's a good looking dude. He probably is a lawyer or something like that, you know. And then I turn around and I go like this, and it's
Oh yeah, I bet he plays slow pitch softball.
I bet he plays slow pitch softball, drinks Busch Light, and is a construction worker.
God,
and
I
has
love
about
that guy.
15 kids.
Yeah, and has about 15 kids and doesn't pay child support.
No, you just got to guess which ones are the right answer.
Yeah. Which one's there's three truths and a lie there. So which one's which?
I'm going to guess that you don't pay child support. You are a construction worker. You actually drink Miller Lite.
Yeah. No. Like, I mean, speaking of, I mean, you can go back to like, I mean, just bettering a job. I mean, that's a big step of not necessarily, like, in my opinion, not necessarily a higher paying job. Like, that's always better, right? But just going to a job that you enjoy and that there's good people around, you don't come home moody. Like, I mean, that's a big thing for, I mean, me personally, because you come home and, like, I used to come home and I didn't want to do crap with my son. Like, he always wants to do something, play catch, shoot pucks, like whatever. Like, I just want to sit on the couch. Well, now, like, I'm in a good mood and I'm like, yeah, son, we'll go play catch, right? I mean, having a good job is a big step, right?
Well, it's a big step mentally, not physically, but
Well,
mainly mentally, I guess. So I would say 75% mentally and 25% physically.
right.
But yeah, absolutely. What about what you guys just did here in the last 6 months? The big step.
Yeah, that buying what David would call a mansion.
There you go. Well, so I mean, that's a huge step. But did you guys? I mean, you guys upgraded houses, right? Like, you went from like a 1-bedroom to like a 2-bedroom. Not exactly, but it's like you went to a bigger house because you have a ginormous freaking family.
Yeah, we went from a 3-bed to a 5-bath. Yeah, or 3-bed to 5-bed. Yeah.
If you haven't seen the Fort Pierre mansion yet, it is on site and you can buy tickets now.
There's the governor's house, and then there's Drew's house.
Yeah, I'm just under it. It was funny. When we had my surprise birthday party, my buddies were in town and they didn't know where I lived, and we were all at the bowling alley. And I was like, oh, we'll just follow you to your new house, so because we don't know where it's at. It's like, okay. I like drove them to the governor's mansion, pulled up in the driveway, and they were like, "Wait, what?
No way!"
I was like, "I'm just kidding. Here, let me back up, and I'll take you." But no, yeah. I mean, buying a house. I mean, the main thing is just having a nice house that you feel comfortable in. Like, I mean, you have stuff that happens in houses where you don't necessarily even want to be there anymore. Like, you just remember that one spot that's where Brecken busted his head open or whatever. I mean, that didn't happen. I'm just saying that as for reference. But it's like there's certain memories that you are good in a house and that are bad. And getting into a fresh new house, starting over, starting fresh. I mean, it's one of those things.
Well, getting a fresh house is like getting a fresh job. It's just
right.
You actually you go to bed and you wake up. You're like, whoa, this is so cool. I'm glad I'm an adult.
Right. It's so nice to not have to walk into the living room because we have a master bath. Like we never had a master bath before. Like, it's just one of those things.
And you sleep naked. So I just couldn't imagine the nightmares the kids have. Eating cereal and here comes dad butt ass naked through the living room.
It happened.
You guys want some eggs?
That's the number one rule that I have that I tell everybody. The number one rule about cooking bacon is you never cook bacon with your shirt off.
Oh, no. No, you don't.
Get splattered, that shit hurts.
Oh yeah.
You probably got too much chest hair to freaking go through you anyway.
Just goes up the little Ron Burgundy there.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
What about you, Eric? What's some big steps you made?
You know what? I don't know. Like in the last year.
Pay his electric bill.
Yeah, that's Speaking of that, they just texted me. They want another 1,000.
Weird.
No, I mean, just like you said, going to a job that you actually like. Like I don't like my job, but I like a lot of the people that I work with. And the people that I work for, if that makes any sense. I don't work for, like, yes, I work for billions, but my customers, like my clients, that's who I'm really technically working for. So, like, for example, this is a great example. Somebody calls me up the other day and they're like, hey, I want to buy a car, but A, B, and C. And I was like, okay, well, you need to do A, B, and C. Well, guess what? That person's driving a brand new car here in like 2 days. So really? It's nice that I can actually, like, people like, you don't have to buy a car from me. Like, it doesn't really bother me, but it's great if you guys do or if somebody does, but giving you the knowledge that So when you do go buy that car, or who you buy it from, or when you buy it, you know you're going to be taken care of because you have me in the background telling you how to do it and how it's going to benefit you. So you feel like you're getting not taken by the dealership, because that's a very, very big conspiracy theory, which really isn't a conspiracy theory, that everybody thinks they're going into a dealership and they're making $10,000, but at the same time, you need to be taken care of.
Right.
But,
I give you kudos for that, because there's not a lot of car salesmen that you walk in and they just want to get you into a car because they're going to make a sale. They don't
at your pace.
They don't give a shit if you can make the payments afterwards or nothing. It's like, oh, bank approved it. Yep, get you in. Boom, done. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
so the number one biggest step that I've taken in the last, I would say in the last 2 weeks, actually in the last week, but I've actually had high blood pressure, like really, really bad. So I'm kicking.
Go on a bunch of walks.
I hate walking. I'm a fat kid. I love to eat. That's probably why I have high blood pressure. But I'm kicking drinking. Like it's so crazy. I've gone a whole week without a drink. Like it is crazy. Like it's nuts. Like I feel.
Me too.
Like, yeah, what I don't drink, Drew and David, you guys can drink for me. But
yeah, David. Okay, I'll take care of it.
He's got his lemonade. So with that being said, it's like that's a huge step. Like my blood pressure readings over the last week were so high, I probably should have been dead. But it's like, dang, I got 2 kids I got to take care of. So that's a big step of like acknowledging.
And Melissa, 2 kids and Melissa to take care of.
Yeah, I know that she's worse than Lucy.
Yeah.
But just taking that big step to admit that you have, and it's not really, I mean, yes, it is a medical condition. Like it's not a major medical condition, but it's up there. You know, it's strokes, heart attacks. You know, there's all kinds of shit that could happen. So
this is what Melissa said.
No, that's my pain in the ass part. But no, just acknowledging that you have flaws that you got to work on. That's a big step right there. So yes, that is what I got.
I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi fell out.
That's a big step, because didn't you get a repeater?
Yeah, not just Pete, but repeat. I got repeat.
What
about David?
What's that?
I got a couple.
David?
I got a couple. So it kind of is a medical thing too. Like Eric's when I was
mental.
Shut up. When I was recovering from my knee surgery, I got a blood clot in my calf, and I didn't really take it seriously, and like I didn't realize how serious those things are. Because I've never had one before, and I just thought it was ridiculous that my PT thought that I had one. I was in a tremendous amount of pain for 4 days, and after realizing that, like how serious it was, I mean, they stopped it right away. So they got me on a blood thinner and everything like that. And that's part of the reason why I am not drinking. But I realized like how important it is to take care of your body. I mean, that was something that I couldn't control, but if I can control what things I'm putting into my body to kind of avoid that. I mean, I still kind of eat bad here and there, but I've been really focused on just working out and just trying to stay as healthy as I can, proportionalizing my eating, just so something like that, like I can prevent myself from having that happen again.
So those factor meals that you're bragging about, you're not eating?
No, I'm eating those, but
okay.
It's high protein, low carbs. So like, you know, your body goes through
ketosis, portion size
like
this. That's a portion size for factor meal.
No,
that's why I don't eat factor meals.
They fill you up. Me anyway. I don't know about you, but
oh man, I need a lot of food to fill me up.
So yeah, I would say that was a big one. Just trying to like learn how to take care of my body, and just recently, I'm sure Eric knows this one, but I am that person that Eric was talking about getting a new vehicle. Took the big steps into getting something newer. I can thank my wife for that, because she is going to be the primary on that, because life happens and you learn from your mistakes, and accountability would be a big step of learning. I won't go into it that far, but yeah, I was able to get into something new, and I'm going to be taking it home on Thursday. So it's exciting because, my car is terrible. It's going downhill.
It had another 150,000 miles left in it, man.
I don't know, man. That transmission it's slipping, I think. And that car sucks in the winter time.
That's not the first training you had a problem with.
I got stuck in the winter time last year about 6 times, and I was like, I cannot have that happen again this year. So
did Eric get you into a minivan?
Oh man, no. I offered it. I offered it, and he's like, I wouldn't be caught dead driving that. He goes, would you? I'm like, fuck yeah, man. I owned a minivan. Those things are bitching. Love minivans. Anyways, it's like taking a big step is huge. Like you think of all the little steps that your kids take, like growing, like, learning to crawl, learning to stand, learning to walk, learning to the big step of feeding themselves. Trust me, when a kid can feed themselves, you think you got the world by the balls. It's amazing. It's just when they start getting older and then they just eat as much as you do. That's the crazy part. But at the same time, you got to take steps as an adult. Like you got to physically take care of yourself, medically take care of yourself. You got to make sure, like David getting a new car, like he's got to get to work to provide for his family, take his kid to daycare. Like there's all kinds of steps.
Drew's big steps, little steps. Freeze himself.
Drew, yes, that is one step. Drew, I think we should be like frozen.
He's gonna freaking freak out on that internet company.
All right, bye, Drew. See ya.
We didn't want to listen. We didn't tell you anything, anyways. Sorry, Eric. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, man.
No, that's okay. Only if you would freeze up and leave now too. That'd be great.
I just had to chime in because that was hilarious. So
it is. It's because we don't know when it's going to happen. Oh, here he comes. He's coming back. Yay!
Hey,
you know
I'm
what?
I'm gonna freak out.
I'm not gonna lie, but you kind of look like who's that Kelsey brother that used to play for the Eagles?
Jason.
Kind of, sort of, a little bit.
If you had
he got a lot skinnier, so I respect that. I mean,
yeah, he did. It looks like
he got skinnier. I got fatter. I don't know what one it is, but
yeah. But just think of all the big steps that your kids take, like growing up, and then when they're taking a step, you got to take a step because you can't let them overstep you. Because if that does happen, all hell breaks loose in your household, and you have no control. It's when your kids, obviously a 1-year-old and 2-year-old, aren't going to take over control and, just start doing crazy stuff. But
unless it's David's kid.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
true.
He was on one last night, wasn't he, Eric?
he was doing good last night. But at the same time, David needs that. David absolutely needs his kid running the house, because if it's not the kid, it's Karen. And yeah.
I was literally holding a plate of chips. Okay. I'm like trying to feed him these chips. Out of nowhere, he just face plants into the plate and just the chips go flying everywhere. I'm like,
it was awesome.
I look at Eric, I'm like, what the hell just happened?
And I said, boy, you better calm down. I'm trying to watch football. He gave me the finger and said, you don't even like football.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Oh, that's good stuff. But no, seriously, like the steps that we're all talking about, they're serious steps. Like, Drew, what's some steps that your kids have been like? Not all of your kids, because you got like 100 of them, but what are some steps your kids are taking, or you're noticing, seeing these steps that they're taking? They're growing into teenagers, young adults, going out of toddlers into whatever the next stage is. Like, what do you see that? Like, what's something you notice?
So, it's kind of easy for me to see progress with them being so young. Obviously, like the two that are in grade school, like we just had their conferences last Thursday, and it's like they're light years ahead of what they were last year. I mean, I'm always proud of my kids. I always feel like Forrest Gump when I go into these, because they're like, your kids are so smart. And so it's like, I'm like Forrest Gump at the end when he meets his kid and he's like, so he's not like me. I mean, that's really how I feel. Is I wasn't a very good student, but like I'm always gonna pride my kids, and like I swear my 8-year-old could dang near read Harry Potter books right now. Like
Well,
it's
your stepdad.
I mean, we did have a mailman.
That's why they don't deliver milk anymore.
All right. I mean, just I can't. I mean, all dads, most dads can say is like you can't brag enough about your kids and the leaps and bounds that they take just in a day by day basis. I mean, how smart they are. I mean, my son's wanting to learn multiplication. Like he's like, Dad, how do you times by 10? Like we're at dinner and I'm like, dude, don't worry about times it by 10 right now. You're second grader. Like don't worry about
Times it by 1.
Yeah. But he knows all that stuff, and like he loves to read. And I mean, and then like you see my daughter that's just started school this year. It's like she comes home and it's like, what letter did you learn today? And she goes, 1. And I'm like, no, that's a number, babe. Like what letter? And she goes, oh, A. And it like clicks, like numbers and letters are different, right? I mean,
Yep.
and then obviously like with the baby, just from crawling to walking, and now she's dang near running and she's jumping. Like she sees her brother and sister jumping around, so she starts to try to jump, and she's getting like this far off the floor, and I'm like, oh, you can clear Bun's phone book with that one. Good job.
What kind of drink did you drink today? Whiskey.
Yeah. But like, I mean, like you guys, I mean, seeing that with how Eric, you saw it at a young age, like now that your kids are older, you probably don't see it like day to day, like me and David see it, like just them learning letters. Like your kid, I hope, knows all of her letters.
And then some.
But like me and David are in that stage that we get to see our kids like learn something new every day, right? I mean, it's really neat, and that's one thing that I always go back to. Like, I'm not just a parent to my kids. Like, I get to coach kids in hockey too, and it's like I feel like a parent out there on the ice. Obviously, I am because my son's out there, but it's just like it's. I think we've talked about it before. Like, just seeing that kid when it clicks, and he's like, "Oh, this is how you do a crossover," and it's just stepping over, right? Like, I mean. Yeah. When that light bulb goes off in their head, it's one of the coolest things that you can experience as a dad.
And it's crazy that you mentioned like how, the big steps for kids are like just acknowledging and absorbing information. It's for instance, this Saturday we went to a block building contest. My kids, like for the last week, I'm like telling her like, hey, don't forget, we got this contest thing going on. And then she's like, oh, I don't know. What are the instructions? I was like, dude, the instructions are the same every damn year you do this. It's third year. You always need to build something. You got Legos, whatever. And she like 10 minutes before we walk into this thing, we're out in the car eating breakfast and having a coffee. And yes, I give my kids coffee at the age of 11. But anyway, she's like, Dad, I got it. I want to do skyscraper. I'm like, what? You're going to build a skyscraper with 73 freaking Legos? No, you're not. She did. And, I mean, she didn't, but at the same time, she did it to a scale of like, okay, I have these pieces. I can't do it this. I got to dumb the scale down. And then like just the thought process. I don't even know like about skyscrapers. I know they're tall buildings and that's all. Right. So she tells these judges, these are grown adults that are actually in the construction world. They're like, oh, what are you making? She's like, I'm making a skyscraper. And then she has to explain of why she's doing it and how it's built. And she goes into like crazy, stupid, like, oh, they put a plate in the ground. Depending on how tall the building goes, they build skyscrapers so they can have 1,000 people go this way rather than 1,000 people go this way. And sure as shit, the kid takes first place in her nice. in her age group. But then not only does she take it in a 5th grade level, but she also wins the contest overall. So the next step is regionals. It's super, super cool how much this kid absorbs information. And it's like, it doesn't matter if they're 1 year, 5 years old, 11 years, 20 years old, you're always absorbing information, trying to take that next step to better yourself. Boom.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man. Oh, excuse my language. That's cool.
It is super cool. So that she's like, oh, I probably like, and it's funny, before I went in there, she's like, oh, some kindergartner is going to win this. And I'm like, well, did the kindergartner win the mullet contest? No. So, yeah, I know it's really cool that she gets to go on to regionals. After regionals, then it's going on to nationals. So it's like, cool. Awesome. Good for you, kid. You're smarter than your dad. But David, you probably see it a lot, the growing, and they're not really growing pains. Well, they might be for you, but at the same time, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, you were holding your kid like this, rocking to sleep. Now all of a sudden he's crashing into your lap on a plate full of chips and saying, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just crazy, like the memories that you get, like on Snapchat or Facebook that you posted a year ago, and you look at this alien looking thing. It's like, oh my God, like how much they have grown in that year is absolutely incredible. And like the development behind it is just.
When do you start to develop them?
I'm getting there.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Taking steps forward is not a bad thing, nor is taking steps back. So 2 steps forward, 1 step back is always a good thing. I don't know. Maybe.
I just keep going forward.
I agree 100%. But you got to have setbacks. I mean, it's like if you don't, it's like Kobe said, if you don't fail, you'll never learn.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that is topic number 1. We're going to take a slight intermission here, make fun of David like we normally do.
WWDD.
Right, thanks for watching, guys.
What would David say?
What would David say?
Where'd that plate of chips I go?
You had to be there, Drew.
But it's still funny because
I was literally just sitting there. We like, and just out of nowhere, just freaking dives onto this plate, and I just look over at Eric, and chips go flying everywhere. I'm like, what do I do?
The only person that was happy about that was the dog. He's like, free food.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Guy.
That's funny that our intermissions are live, and we make fun of David every time. Yeah. And David likes it.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we'll make fun of Drew.
You guys make fun of me every time I go off air because my Wi-Fi never works.
It's because I get so much shit during the live, so I have to.
Drew, did you pay for that haircut?
No.
Oh,
don't you talk shit about it because my mom did it. She's a beautiful lady, unlike your cross-eyed mother.
Hey, Bobby, Mom. Hey, Bobby, Butter. No, my mom's dead, but thank you. I appreciate that.
What a dick. God.
That does make me feel bad.
Every time somebody like rest her soul, it's so funny because every time somebody says that, I'm like, oh, thanks, fucker. My mom's dead. And they're like, oh,
you're
shit,
lying.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Yep. Anyways, not to make you feel bad. Nope, we're good.
All right.
I'm just gonna be quiet for the rest of the time.
Yes.
All right. Let's get this next one going.
Yes, absolutely. David, what's the next topic?
What stuff you wish you could tell your kids, but they are too young to understand? I think we all know which one.
Can you read it? Not like you're reading a freaking bedtime story to your kid. Once upon a time, there was a fit.
I struggle with reading, remember?
I know, there's no pictures. And by the way, this topic was brought to you by Mel, which she forgot to put the picture so David would have a little more when he read it. What is some shit that you wish your kid would understand when you said it?
No.
No, not really no, but no.
No kidding.
Oh, my God. You try so hard, but they just do not listen.
Is that the only thing you want your kid to understand? Like,
no.
No.
Yeah, no means no.
No.
Like, how many times, how many different ways do I got to say it? And like in Spanish, Lucy, no is no. So I'm speaking your language. No.
No, say
don't understand. But yeah, it's one of those things. Another thing, go ask your mother. I wish, well, Lucy's case, that can't happen. But anyways, it's like
Go ask Melissa.
like it's funny because your kid comes up to you with some stupid idea or stupid question, and you're like, no, or you're like, oh, go ask mom, and it's like, oh, but like, no, do you not understand the words coming out of my mouth? No. Do you guys ever experience that?
No.
No.
Yes. Every damn day.
Like,
oh, Drew's gonna go fix his Wi-Fi again.
Yeah, he's gonna go fix his Peter or his repeater.
My dang kid, my wife's working tonight, so she comes up, Dad, I gotta go potty. You don't have to tell me, just go potty.
Just tell her no.
Yeah.
No.
I just every time, like you said, you gotta repeat yourself, like repeating yourself, not a Wi-Fi repeater, but you have to repeat yourself because they feel like they didn't hear you the first time, and even though they're looking right at you and you're looking right at them, and
they're doing this number, yeah,
and they're like, wait, what'd you say? And you just want to feel like that Adam Sandler movie when you're like, oh my god, like
yeah, the old Homer Simpson.
You're talking about Big Daddy.
Kangaroo song.
Kangaroo song. All right.
Yeah, like
God, you're annoying yesterday.
It is so crazy. And I truly, to be honest, I think my kid understands me, and I think she knows the outcome of every time she asks me a stupid question. She knows that I'm gonna blow up, and like I think she does it just to get on my nerves, get under my skin, because she knows how it does and like how perfectly it works.
Yeah.
Like yesterday,
you kind of have it coming.
No, I don't. Like yesterday, we're at the candy store, and I'm like, kid, this place is really expensive. You have $30. You're not gonna get anything. Maybe like one or two items. We walk out with 3 pounds of Laffy Taffy and 4 other pieces of candy. That's the only way my kid understands. For $30. Oh yeah. I filled that sack up. They said fill it to the top for $14. You damn right I did.
No, boom.
Yes. Yeah. But then she had this damn lollipop freezy thingy and just stupid stuff. Like, come on, kid. No.
One thing that I would wish my kids would understand is, and now this is freaking bugs. I have I have little kids, right? So the significance or the like the meaning or understanding time, it's like, guys, we have 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, and they act like it's 5 seconds, right? Like, no, it's 5 minutes. Like, we have a little bit of time. We don't have a lot of time. Like, we were there for like 4 hours, guys. Like, we were outside for 4 hours. Can we just all relax now?
No.
No.
Go.
Clearly, his child's asking him a question.
You ever get that problem? Like you're trying to go, like he's saying we got to go somewhere, and it's like they don't understand the concept of like, hey.
Okay, you gonna go to bed now? Okay. Good night. Love you.
Night.
Yeah, we have a little thing where she goes cheeks. So she's got to kiss cheek, and then kiss. That's her thing. Nice. So she always does cheeks.
Love, absolutely love bedtime rituals.
Yep, that's her one. Actually, that's like anytime I leave, that's her thing. Cheeks.
Yeah.
Well, but anyways, back to the topic.
Yeah, it's like one thing that I wish my kiddo would understand is like, hey, your alarm clock goes off at this time. You need to get up at this time and get ready because you got to be to school at this time. I don't think she's been on time one single time this year. It's like, okay, 7:30, we need to leave the house because if we don't, we get stuck in traffic going by our house. And it's like 7:31. Here we are waiting for 15 cars to drive by one way and another 7 the other way. It's like, hey, good thing we took our sweet ass time this morning, kiddo. Oh yeah, and I'm
the greatest thing about living in small towns. I tell you what.
Well, you look at the governors.
Yeah, you probably got a personal helicopter you fly everywhere.
Right.
Oh, we're not worried about traffic today, little ones.
I'll tell you this much. My wife leaves the house at 7:15 and she's at work by 8 o'clock and she drops off at 3 different places.
Well, nobody wants to live in Pier. That's my conclusion.
We got TJ Maxx now.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Let me know when you have a restaurant there.
Five Below's coming soon.
What?
No, you're not getting it Five Below.
Yeah, we are in our mall.
You have a mall?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never
Oh my
been to
gosh.
Pier?
Is there anything exciting on Wanaka Street?
Winoka?
Winoka? Yeah.
No, not really. I don't think.
I just remember that street when we were over in Pier going to your house that one night. It was freaking pitch black going out to that cabin. And we were a little buzzed. And my buddy and I saw that street name and we're like, Wanaka.
No.
What do you guys think is something that your wives would wish you would understand?
Oh, now we're going on wives. Why do we got to bring them up?
Dude, come on.
I mean, I'm just asking a question
Just because you don't have one, we got to answer questions about wives.
Yep, that's exactly right.
This was not part of the agreement, Eric.
Well, hey,
I'm pretty
talk
sure.
about-
I'm pretty sure she would love me to understand that no means no. Also,
Yep. Yep.
I'm pulling a Bill Cosby here.
You don't need it. You want it.
what's the last thing you bought that your wife told you no? Both of you guys like, nope, you don't need it, but you're like, well, shit, I'm getting it anyways.
You're staring at it.
Yeah. Why the hell did you need that? I would have told you the same way. Same thing. No,
It's just nice. I don't have to
Yeah.
deal with.
mine's nice too. It's hands free. It's perfect.
I can honestly say nothing.
You haven't bought anything that your wife says no.
Like the
Yeah.
last time that I did it was probably 2 summers ago when I bought a new softball bat. But I mean, I
What,
ended
did
up
you already
buying,
have it?
I ended up buying like 3 of them. But I mean,
Okay.
but she used them too. They weren't just for me.
Oh, see, that's the trick. You got to buy something that she can use, but you use it a majority of the time, and you're like, hey, you used it one time, doesn't matter. You can't. Nope. Once they use it one time, yeah, exactly, absolutely.
I'd say my truck, but she ain't driving that.
I guarantee she does.
She probably
You bought a
does.
truck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you bought a truck, and it is a truck. I promise you, it's a truck.
Is it?
It's a mid-size, but
No, it's a mid-sized truck, is right, but it's still a truck.
Yeah.
You probably no.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
we're not doing this while we're live. It's a damn truck. It hauls stuff. It does truck things. It pulls. It's got 4-wheel drive. It's
5,000 pound capacity.
So is a suburban a truck?
Yep.
Nope.
Sure.
Yes.
Nope.
No, because a Suburban doesn't have a box. A truck box, a pickup box. That's how you determine.
The difference between a pickup and a truck. Anyways, go on.
Yep. See, I'm right.
No, you're not.
Yes.
Hey, I just want you to understand that you're not right. Like, this is one thing that I want you, my child, to understand is you're not right.
No, we're not doing that. What we're saying is it is a truck. You're gonna listen to me, boy. Respect your elders.
There's a lot of oi in that boy.
I wish my son would learn the word down because he is a freaking climber. He climbs on top of everything, and we have some stairs getting up to our bed for the animals to get up there because we have kind of a higher up bed, and
it's
that
for David to get in the bed because he can't jump.
No, I can get in there. I can get there just fine. Karen, on the other hand.
The sad thing is he's got to get on all fours to do it too, because just walking on his legs, he'll fall over on the 3rd step.
Sometimes I kind of feel like an animal, just walking up there like an animal, but then it hurts me.
If he doesn't step right, he'll get another blood clot, so he has to go on his hands and knees.
His wife asked me how she could put a handrail up there for him, and I said, I don't know.
Okay, sorry, David. I had to.
That's it wouldn't be a podcast if I didn't catch shit every freaking time I
You know
talk.
what? Next, it's going to be one of those those chairs that old people put on the railing that just.
Oh my god!
Automatic up tunnel.
Oh my!
And then he just rolls over.
horrible.
Yeah, David. Do you believe in spanking? Or are you gentle parents?
No, I believe in spanking, but here's the thing about that. If you're in a group of people and your kid's acting out, I'm a believer of because this happened, as a child. Like I would get spanked sometimes, or I would get taken to a dark room if I was acting out, and it scared the crap out of me. But I believe in, if you're going to spank your kid, take them away from the situation. Don't do it in front of people. That can be very traumatizing when they grow up. Just like, hey, if you don't listen, this is why I'm going to spank you, because you did not listen multiple times. And this is why I'm spanking you, and just do it away from everybody so you don't make a scene and so people don't get the wrong idea.
I pretty much just tell my kid, hey, I'll spank you in front of all these people, so you better shape up now. I pretty much just tell them straight up, like, I'm not scared to do this.
So here's actually a funny story. And like, obviously Lucy growing up, kids have diapers. So you tap them on the butt and they're like, oh no. And then all of a sudden they get used to it. Like, oh, that's not that hard. So then I started doing the hand slap. So then Lucy got used to that. So then I was like, hey, hold out your hand. As my hand was held out, she would slap my hand and then she would take off running. I'm not kidding. Like, that kid grew up and she was one bad cookie. Like, so I was like, you know what? I wish you would understand the punishments. Like, she would do stuff. So it's like, okay, the punishment that you need to understand that is, hey,
see it, Drew.
Drew, this is, there you go.
Sorry.
Yay, Drew's back.
The wrong button.
So she would start like learning words that were like bad words. So it's, hey, here's a little bit of vinegar on a spoon. Hopefully that teaches you. Nope. She got used to having vinegar. And like, dude, like, you need to understand this is a punishment. This is not a reward.
Right.
Yeah. So
David, do you have the dad look yet?
What do you mean? Like a stare down?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I tried to, then my kid smiles at me. He thinks it's funny. And it's like,
you're so weak.
Like, my kid, like, they know they're doing something wrong, and all I gotta do is do and they're like,
no, my
I don't even have to say words. It's just like,
no. I tried that, and my kid thinks it's funny. So I'm like, oh my god, what
your
do I
wife
got?
thinks it's funny, or Eli does?
Eli does. He starts laughing at me. I'm like, I'm not freaking funny. Like, I'm not kidding.
You laugh though?
I try not to, but sometimes I'm just like, God damn it, kid.
That's
the thing.
Well, sometimes I'll be so freaking mad, but the fucking kid is so damn cute. And it's just like, he'll smile at me, and it's like,
hold back.
Oh, I cannot freaking stay mad at you, you freaking little dick.
So you need to like turn around like this.
Yeah, you gotta turn. You gotta turn, you laugh, and then you go back and you're like, I'm being serious.
It's like you're trying to be serious, like, God damn you, child.
I hear you.
Bring yourself back in stronger, and boom.
That little redhead that was just here a minute ago, I tell you what, she does the damnedest things, and I'll give her one of these, and then she'll go. And I'm like,
you can't stay mad at her. I want to freaking kill you, but I can't.
Right. But kids understanding that look, that's the one that you want them to understand. Or them understanding when mom goes, just wait till your dad gets home, and they understand, like, into the thick of it.
Yeah.
Into the thick of it. Like, they're done. Like,
but also, I don't want my kid to be freaking terrified of me. I know how that is.
There's a difference. I'm agreeing with you. My kids aren't terrified of me, but they are terrified of me when they don't do something right.
Yeah.
They also know that, like, if they're having troubles with a bully at school or something, that I'm the first one that they can come talk to. You gotta be bold. Yeah. Well, the first question I ask if they're getting bullied at school, I go, how big is their dad? I mean, can I beat him up, or can I not? I mean, if he's a big dude, I'm not doing nothing about it. You're gonna have to do it.
Shit, how big he is.
Right.
Get up to him. Hey, what's up, dude?
I had an incident. This was probably, I don't know, about a month ago, that at school, not me, because I don't go to school anymore. I'm not allowed in schools or within
That mustache, I believe it.
But my kid goes to the water fountain, and some other kid's like, "Hey, it's not my fault your dad left you." And she's like, "What?" Boom. Clocked him.
People don't mess with Lucy. They
Damn.
should know better.
Like, I'm telling you, man, like she's a daddy's girl, but at the same time, she's got my attitude. So I guess I don't really have to do anything about that. I mean, people will understand her quite well.
I'm definitely one of those parents, like my kids, like speaking of like our kids understanding the way that we want them to handle situations. I mean, that's a big thing as they're growing up, right? Like I tell my kids, like, you know, you have a bully at school. My one kid's had a couple of them. It's like, you handle it, like let the teacher know and you guys handle it. If it happens a third, fourth time, like then you let me know and I'll tell you my perspective on it. And at one point, I'm not one of those dads, like if a kid deserves to get hit because he's hitting my kid, I'm not stopping. I'm not.
Nope. You teach them how to hit.
Now, granted, I don't condone it. Like I'm not like, yep, go to school, beat the crap out of the kid. No, I'm not like that. But if in the thick of things, like all of a sudden that my kid's getting tormented enough that he turns around to smack somebody, he probably deserved it because my kid has a lot of patience.
Yeah, so does mine.
I don't know. I say if it happens like once or twice or something like that, the second time, if it happens a second time, I feel like, you know, you go to their parents and be like, hey, your kid is doing this to my child. Like, what's going on?
The whole thing now with today's world, like I can go up to my kids and be like, hey, you got to be nice to little Jimmy, or otherwise, you know, you're gonna have trouble with me. That kid's not gonna stop. They don't care.
Oh, I'm saying like, so I have some coworkers and they have some issues with their kids, and kids are doing, you know, inappropriate things, and it's just like that is when you know, what the hell, like what is wrong with it's not the kid's fault, it's the parents' fault. Like,
yes and no.
I don't know. I guess
here's my theory on that, and I've let the school know this, like, hey, you guys want me to come down here and resolve this, I will, but you need to understand, either you need to resolve it or Lucy will resolve it, and you guys know how she resolves it, because she's had a couple of times that she's had to have in-school suspension because she resolved something because she resolved it the wrong way, and then she got in trouble, and then she started resolving it by telling a teacher, and don't be a tattletale. So she tells me, I call the school, like, listen, you guys need to understand, this is how you want it done. You better follow procedure or Lucy's going to go back to being Lucy. Haven't had an issue yet. So,
yeah, I mean, having kids understand, that's one of the things is like,
they just got to understand.
Well, the biggest thing is understanding, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like your parents, I don't know, like bylaws, procedures. Like I can't think of the word that I want to come to my head. What we want them to do, like in certain situations. Like,
Comprehend?
Comprehend. Yeah. Like our statute of limitations, right? Like we have a certain, like, all right, if this happens, this is the way that we would handle it. Now you got to go do it. That's as your kids get older, obviously it's a little bit easier to do it. Like, I'm not going to go tell my 1-year-old, like, hey, if somebody pushes you down at daycare, you know, go push them back down. Like, no, she's not going to understand me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just, at the end of the day, if you just got to understand, and it actually comes understanding, it comes in all kinds of things, whether it's a good understanding, a bad understanding. I mean, you got to understand your loved ones, like a love language. You got to understand that. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. If this world would understand each other way much better, we wouldn't have the issues, but we have the issues we have because of the issues are caused by technology.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
100.
I'm telling you, man. These kids understand YouTube and all this other crap better than they understand me. Hey,
Yep.
there's little 5-year-old Jimmy running around rapping songs with bad words, and it's like, what? How do you understand that? But you can't understand when I say finish your peas.
Right.
Eat your carrots. I don't get it. It's technology, man.
Speaking of there was a kid at the Boys and Girls Club. My son said that he said the N-word, and I was like,
Did he say
like,
no?
no, the other one. No, that nobody should say ever. I mean, it's
Yep.
like, and it's like, this kid's 8. He was 8.
Yeah. It's technology, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. If it wasn't for technology, we wouldn't be having this podcast.
You hear that?
No.
You hear that in 2 places: technology and your parents. Those are the only 2. I mean, those are the only 2 people that would know that word.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, but anyways, it's crazy. Do you guys know what time it is?
David, where's your little pad on your thing to?
Down. What? We couldn't hear you, Eric.
You're
Is
too
your mic
far.
muted?
You're too far from your handheld microphone.
Oh,
Let's go.
I wish I had a boom mic, something that's hung right here.
It's
reminded me of
dad joke time. Let's
I know, but I wish I had something
go.
here that reminded me
Oh,
He's frozen.
he's frozen.
Did you think he just frozen?
All right.
Hey, David, is that the DJ David working much better tonight? Or?
Yeah, I think it's working.
I'm waiting for these special effects to come through.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna have some zippy zappy doo doo doos and whatever else and light shows and
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
yeah, some Husker do's, Husker don'ts.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just... Drew, what was that? Yep.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Good.
He's frozen. Oh, there
Can you hear me now?
All
wasn't
right. Ah. David,
Yeah.
how about you and that stupid boom arm go first on these dad jokes?
All right. Thank you.
You remind me of a wiener.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, you
I had to mess
understand,
with it.
know.
Okay. All right. I'll go. If Yoda owned a business, I bet it'd be a toy Yoda dealership.
Oh, man. When is a door not a
That's
door?
terrible. That
No,
was
it's
terrible.
not. His one?
No, yours.
No, because
it's
he
good.
interrupts me.
Sorry.
When does a door become a door? When it
No,
becomes
when is
apparent?
when is a door not a door?
When is a door not a door? When it's on the
Yeah.
floor?
When it's a jar. Oh,
Oh.
man.
When it's open. Come on, Drew.
Do you not understand this stuff? Come
I
on,
kind
boy.
of like that
What?
one.
Yeah.
But a door can still be a door even though it's a jar.
No, it's a jar. God. You don't understand anything that's coming out of my mouth right now, boy.
All right, Father Drew. Oh, that's a good nickname.
All right.
No.
Well, I am a father. I did wed people, so I mean it is
That
it
is true.
So
Oh, he
Since
froze
it is-
again. Oh, shoot.
Since- since
That
it
was-
is harvest season, I have a harvest dad joke.
Let's hear it.
So after an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to do a career in music?
I don't even have a good guess for this.
Because he had a ton of sick beats.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't know that one.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't know that either, because don't you guys Google?
No, I
Me
come
too.
up with this stuff myself.
Yeah. Hey,
All
where's
right.
your glasses at? Where's your glasses at, boy?
I got to go to Menards and get some.
Come on.
Menards.
Okay. What is the best thing about Switzerland?
The chocolate.
Their cheese.
I'm not
The
really
chocolate.
sure, but their flag is a big plus.
I like that one. That's a good one.
That is pretty good. Yeah.
That is a good one.
Oh
And
man.
there it is.
There it is.
That's it. Well, I hope you guys are going to take some big steps in the future, and I hopefully you understood everything that came out of our mouths tonight.
And if not, re-watch the video.
Yes. If not,
Yeah.
there's always next week too for more stupid ideas from us.
Yep. Feel free to tune into more pointless shit that we have.
David, you have any updates on our big news yet?
It's in the making. It's close. It's close. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away to all of our viewers. You know, Melissa.
We're just gonna keep them. We're just gonna keep them coming back. You know, all 100,000 of them every week. We're gonna keep them coming back until we're
Hey,
ready.
Drew,
We're close.
Drew.
I'll just say that.
Drew and David, how do you guys keep an idiot in suspense?
Put them in a circle and tell them to find the corners.
No, I'll tell you guys tomorrow.
One, that's a good one. Closing,
All right.
closing remark. Happy Indigenous People Day. Got my
Yes.
got my tribal blanket in the back, my star quilt that I have. So
And happy Christopher Columbus Day.
I want to put a big shout out to my Indigenous people.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you, I would not have fry bread.
If it wasn't for them, I still work today.
Yep.
Same.
So what is something that is a Native American food that you guys like?
Oh, fry bread, easiest thing ever.
Yep.
Or the popovers that they make with the fry bread.
What's that? I don't know. I know I'm not going to say it right, but the jopi or the jam. I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Never had it.
Well, me neither. But
Well,
Are you talking about Native American Indian or are you talking about
Yeah.
the Indian?
no,
like from
the Native,
India.
Native American. I don't even know how to spell American.
well, I hate
You
to
can
cut
probably
this
get
short,
off and
but
talk about it.
I have to get going. I have to go to my mother's
Japi.
house. So.
It's WOJAPI. It's a
Yeah,
band.
I gotta go give my dog a bath. So
Oh, I don't understand. You don't even have a dog.
I do. She's right here.
Oh yeah, look at that. We're so
Meow.
meow. All right, boys and
thanks,
girls.
thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you. Hopefully, all of our viewers enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week.
Peace
Peace.
out.